Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy motherfucking Monday. How we doing? What's good, chat? How we feeling? Sam's Raps, what's good? Welcome on in. Gunnet, what's good? Welcome on in, my friend. I hope you guys are well. Hope you're chilling. Let's get it. So, let's see here. I have a pretty stacked show for you guys tonight, to be honest with you. A couple things you gotta go through. We're gonna start off with, obviously, some weekly recap jazz, and then we're going to talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so, and then we're going to go through one discussion segment, and then we're going to go through this week's submissions. So you guys know the drill. Let's get into it. All right, so let's see here. Okay, the weekly recap jazz. Let's talk about it. So, per usual, Music Monday's basic logo t-shirts are available and in stock right now. We still have smalls, mediums, and larges. $20 flat shipping, so feel free to let us know if you'd like to purchase one of those. We're trying to get the rest of those off as well. So those are in stock. Let's see here. And then following the show on Mondays, every single Tuesday, we drop early access Patreon content on our Patreon. So if you'd like to download the Music Mondays podcast in full quality for clips or promotion or anything like that, feel free to go check out our Patreon because you can download the full VOD over there early on Tuesdays. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, per usual, SoundCloud Sunday submissions open, as you guys know. So keep your eyes peeled for those every single Wednesday. And of course, a little bit of podcast promotion goes out as well. So that's every single Wednesday. Heading into Thursday, episode 209 of the Music Mondays podcast is available on audio platforms. So again, if you missed the live show on Mondays, it'll drop on Thursday on all audio platforms. Like I said, Spotify, YouTube, or Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good jazz. You can go check that out every single Thursday. And definitely go check out 209 if you missed it. And huge shout out to everybody that submitted and tuned in episode 209. Much love. And as well, on Thursday, per usual, we drop a brand new YouTube upload. So last week we spoke about TikTok in 2025. That's kind of where, I spoke a little bit about last week. TikTok, the TikTok ban, TikTok's future, and things like that. So that's a pretty good discussion segment. Definitely go check that out if that's something that interests you. But that's definitely something that I wanted to address here on the show. I thought that was definitely pretty relevant, to be honest with you. So new YouTube upload is live right now. Definitely go check that out and show that some love. New uploads every Thursday, every Saturday. Let's see here. So heading into... Oh, actually, no, we had a third drop on Thursday. The homie Most Dope Kimon actually came through with a SoundCloud exclusive. That is available right now on our Music Monday SoundCloud. So definitely go check that out. And huge shout out to Kimon. That's a fucking banger. Definitely go check out all of our SoundCloud exclusives. We have a pretty good library over there now. And if you're ever interested in getting a track hosted, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. Anything like that works. But, per usual, huge shout out to the homie Kimon. Ghost, what's good? Welcome on in, my friend. How we doing? How we feeling? Happy Monday. Let's see here. So that was Thursday. Pretty stacked Thursday. Heading into Friday, we have a brand new article by the homie Paisley. That is a really good deep dive into the Atlanta underground scene. So definitely go check that out. That dropped on Friday. And again, that was by the homie Paisley. So definitely go show Paisley some love. And go check out the new piece. That's also a fucking banger. The community really liked that one for sure. So huge shout out to Paisley. 100%. So that was Friday. Heading into Saturday, episode 209 of the Music Mondays podcast is available on YouTube. That dropped on Saturday. Per usual, if you like to watch the show on YouTube instead of Spotify or anything like that, that is also available on our YouTube channel right now. So huge shout out to everybody that submitted and tuned in and showed love to episode 209. That is available everywhere. Then let's see, heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday volume 171 is available right now on our SoundCloud. That is curated by me, and the homie 60 came through on the art with that one, so huge shout out to 60. SoundCloud Sunday, banging lately. Absolutely fucking banging lately, to be honest with you. So huge shout out to everybody that submits to SoundCloud Sunday and shows that playlist some love. And of course, submissions open every single Wednesday, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. And then we headed into Monday. That's today. So that's pretty much your weekly recap. That's all the major drops that you missed over the last week or so, or maybe you didn't know about here at Music Mondays. So we're live here, January 27th, 2025. Let's get it, baby. I'm just making a new jazz beat, a little jazz beat. I like that, Ghost. I like that. Let's fucking get it. A little jazz session. But yeah, let's see. So weekly recap's good. Let's talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. So last week I finalized a few other things for a few other brands. So the next thing that I have to get done for Music Mondays is basically refresh our graphics. And then following that, we'll be going through a little bit of a Patreon refresh, which I've been talking about for quite some time, but just haven't had the time to properly launch that. But those are two major things that are coming over the course of the next couple of weeks. Because like I said, today's the 27th. So I would say like beginning of February, you'll see a lot of that stuff get rolled out. And then March, we're going to look to drop something new, either a new addition to our playlist or maybe a new YouTube segment, something that me and the team are going to decide on. But a couple big things coming over the course of the next couple weeks for sure. And then outside of that, we're going to start looking at the summer, Cyberfest 3 and all that other good jazz, but we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We're pretty focused on the first quarter right now. So basically January through March is like a pretty big deal for us. But outside of that, all of your weekly and monthly content will stay the same per usual. So you guys know the drill when it comes to that. Basically all the playlists stay the same, podcast stays the same, all that good jazz. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for anything when it comes to those as well. But pretty interesting start to the year. But we have a few really cool drops to roll out. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you're following Music Mondays on socials. So that's pretty much what's coming over the over the next couple of weeks or so. Couple of major maintenance updates, pretty much, just so we can start the year off pretty well. But outside of that, let's see here. So we did weekly recap. We did what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. Let's talk recruiting. So Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our staff roles. Again, if you're a writer, journalist, curator, designer, you want to do short form media, you want to do long form media, anything like that, feel free to send us a message, send us a DM. Resume is definitely not required, but obviously preferred. So if you have examples of previous writing or, you said at YouTube videos or anything like that, definitely let us know, because we're always interested in bringing on new members to the team, whether they be kind of new to the scene or not. That doesn't really matter. But if you have passion for the underground, you definitely want to be considering Music Mondays for sure. So again, Music Mondays is recruiting. Definitely let us know if that's something that interests you, and feel free to send us a message or a DM or an email. Outside of that, I think I'm gonna do an updated Music Mondays roll guide here on the show over the next coming weeks. Definitely not today, but when it comes down to that, I think that definitely needs a refresh. We haven't done one of those since last year, obviously. But I think breaking down all the Music Mondays roles and kind of giving everybody a better idea of what all the Music Mondays staff members actually do and what kind of content they create is always a good thing. So that'll be coming, like I said, over the next couple of weeks. There's a couple of videos that I want to refresh here on the show. So, but that's definitely one of them for sure. So again, per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting. Let's see here. So outside of that, Music Mondays is on the hunt for more SoundCloud exclusives. We just dropped one last week. Huge shout out to Kimon, per usual. But again, like I said, we're definitely interested in more SoundCloud exclusives. We're only interested in unreleased material. So again, if you have an unreleased track that you'd like to have hosted and promoted on Music Mondays and across all of our socials for completely free, definitely let us know, because we'd be happy to set that up for you. Outside of that, per usual, we are only interested in unreleased content, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards. Maybe you want to go put it on distro, maybe you want to go do a music video for it, anything like that is fine, but we're only interested in the SoundCloud exclusive. So again, definitely let us know if that's something that interests you. Same thing for YouTube as well. When it comes down to YouTube, same thing. If you want audio, a music video, animations, anything like that hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel of almost 300 subscribers and across all of our socials for free, definitely let us know, because again, that's something we're interested in. We don't have as much music content on our channel that I'd like to. A lot of our drops are always on SoundCloud, so that's something that I definitely want to change this year. So definitely let us know if you're interested in getting any videos or promotion handled on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, because we definitely like to dive into that. All right, my friends, let's see here. So we pretty much ran through everything, got a decent amount of content finished. I think the last thing we got to talk about, and the one thing that I did want to talk about today before we get into our reactions and reviews, is our new season format. So again, per usual, this is the end of season 6 of the Music Mondays podcast. So For those of you that don't know, we uploaded a couple of videos kind of breaking down the new season format, but just as like a quick refresher, um, the Music Monday seasons used to be like 50 episodes apiece, right? I think like episodes 1 through 50 was like season 1, and the seasons really, um, the only like real purpose they had was to kind of organize the show better. But as the show went along, I kind of thought to myself that we could do a little bit something more with the seasons and when it comes to how many we put out. So we're bumping down the seasons back to 10 episodes per season. The show's not changing. We're still going to be live every single Monday. But when it comes down to how many seasons we do, we're going to be pumping out a lot more seasons. And the reason being is that we want to do a top 10 submissions for each season. So for season 6 and for the last 10 episodes, we're going to go through all the submissions and pick 10, not really in any specific order, but just 10 solid submissions that I think are very notable throughout the last 10 episodes, right? And then we're going to do it for the next 10 and the next 10 and rinse and repeat. You guys know the drill, but this does officially mark the end of season 6. So I'll be going through all of season 6 again and kind of picking out 10 submissions that I think shined pretty well over the last 10 weeks or so. And then we'll cook up a nice graphic for everybody and kind of show off the show a little bit more, right? I think, what we do is pretty solid already, but I think improving upon the seasons is definitely something that's going to be beneficial for everybody, to be honest with you. So, very important. But, like I said, this does mark the end of season 6. So, like I said, I'll be going through pretty much the last 10 episodes and digging through and seeing what shined and what deserves a little bit more spotlight when it comes to us heading into season 7. So, let's get it. That'll be definitely uploaded on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, definitely like the video, subscribe if you have not already. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show the channel, this video, and these artists some love. Let's get it. All right. Well, let's get it, Chad. We've done enough yapping. We updated pretty much everything. But it's about that time. It is about that time, my friends. So, you guys know the drill, but if you don't and you're new here, submissions are always in the same format. Every single week, they'll always read artists and creative submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on January 27th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/SonPlays, which is here and now. So again, the only thing you really need to check is the date. Make sure you're submitting for a show that hasn't happened yet, and make sure you get it in before the show goes live. And of course, if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. Contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Everything from music to instrumentals to photography to videography to music videos to YouTube edits to poetry to short form videos. We've damn near had indie films on the show before that are like 10 minutes. So we've pretty much reacted to every type of independent underground creator there is, because a lot of people are multi-talented, for that reason only. A lot of producers are also editors, a lot of editors are also vocalists, and vice versa. You guys know the point. Outside of that, we do have a 4-hour show limit just to make the show a little bit palatable to watch back. And per usual, we are one of the only weekly live shows here on Twitch on Mondays. So just to make sure that the show stays as best quality as we can, we do limit it to 4 hours. And of course, it's a lot better than a lot of our older videos and a lot of our older episodes that ran up to like 6-7 hours. And we did like 40 submissions. That was pretty crazy. those early days were something else, man. But 4-hour show per usual, and of course submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Of course, per usual, that not only helps spread our message, but you pay respect to everybody else that does wait for their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. So again, that's the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. And of course, Patreon subscriber submissions are played first every single week. So if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether it be basic, advanced, or premium, you gain access to a whole bunch of goodies, including the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which allows you to guarantee your submissions to be played here on the show every single week, but also they'll be played first for the entire duration that you pledge to the Patreon. So again, they pledge for the Patreon tonight, and for the next 4 weeks, or however long you pledge, you'll be able to have your submissions played first here on the show, not only at the height of our viewership, right, but when everybody goes to watch the show back, you're one of the first submissions that everybody sees. So kind of a double win. Let's hear. Outside of that, I only think the last major thing we got to discuss is that submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, keep that in mind. You have about roughly 6 days to get your submissions in. So a good rule of thumb is that if the show is already live, submissions are closed. So make sure you submit the following day if you do kind of miss submissions or you forget or anything like that. So per usual, if you're watching the show live, episode 211 submissions will be live tomorrow. If you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are already open, so definitely go drop your tracks for sure. Let's see here. Outside of that, I think we're good. I think we are good. So let's see how many Patreons we have here tonight, and then we're gonna go through the community top to bottom per usual. Let's see. So we got the homie Sin. No, wait. So we got Laverius is 1. Jordan is 2. I think I saw TDG down here as well. Yep, TDG, that's 3. Okay. Definitely. All right. All right, all right, all right. I'm down. I'm down for the cause. I do believe we have some submissions down here from a bunch of people that don't follow Music Mondays. It's pretty disappointing. Tisk, you gotta follow directions, chat. You gotta follow directions. But, let's see here. So I think we're kicking off with Laverius, which will be sick. And then we're gonna head into Jordan. Then we're gonna head into TDG, and then the rest of the community. So let's get into it. All right, Laverius up first. A very talented hip hop artist coming hot off of Recession Rap is back with another episode of Ear Candy, but it's an early draft, right? So a lot of these are going to be reworked in the future. But I'm excited. I'm down. And Laverius said another draft. They should be all done soon. Next week's submission will be official. So we'll have the official episode 4 or episode 3, whatever Laverius prefers. I'm down. Let's get into it. All right, full volume. So 720. Full screen. Let's get into it. Ear Candy, season 2, episode 3. Laverius, let's go.
I know I'm rich by 21, my bitch don't think I'm gonna be. Hoes popping out when I pull up in a foreign.
Get right into it.
So for some of the episodes, I didn't know what episode number it was gonna be, but now we're so close to the album. It's October. The album comes out this month. It's October 2nd. The album comes out on the 25th in 23 days, and we got the rollout planned. We got Ear Candy episode 1 on October 20th. Then number 2, you got Rich by 21. And that's the song that we're recording today.
Shit.
So this is Ear Candy season 2, episode 2, Rich by 21, track number 3 off of Recession Rap. Out now everywhere.
Literally.
This song is a beat switch. So this one's just a cool little verse. Transition is this one way, but it's still in progress. But I think it'll come out sounding crispy, sounding clean, pristine. Let's get into it.
Down. Clean, lean, mean, pristine.
Yeah, I'm finna go in. Yeah, this blit on flooded. Man, this weed is potent. Yeah, hold up.
Not the Celsius. That shit will have you locked in.
Yeah, I'm finna go in. On this beat, I'm floating. Yeah, man, this weed is potent. Yeah, hold up. I know I'm rich by 21. My bitch don't think I'm gonna be. I'm be smart with this money. I can tell you right now, I ain't buying no gold teeth. Yeah, I'm making them while like tsunami. Got them bitches. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
I know I'm rich by 20. Nah. Free Thug got a show in Atlanta. And Magic is snowing like Santa. I just drove to the store in my new whip. Nah. I said erst and not first, so that is not the take.
First.
When I pull a skirt, they say, oh shit. But I probably ain't driving that shit. I'm probably fucked up in the backseat. Everything I bought and I got money. I'm too damn rich for a taxi. With the hoes, you know where to find me. With the bros, you know where to find me. On the road, you know where to find me. I'm with Ghost, you know where to find me.
Mm.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this right here.
Oh shit.
I say that a lot of these songs are my favorite. I've said it in the free verse. I'm saying it right now.
I hear you.
But let's break down the track list real quick. So first things first, we got Dedicated. It's a great song, right? Great intro track. That's why it's there.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
But my favorite, nah, not really. It's cool. It's good, obviously.
It's up there.
That's what I do.
Like top 5 for sure.
Track number 2, Toast One. I like that one. It's different. It's out of the box for me.
It is.
But still not one of my favorite. But then you got this one, Rich by 21, with the beat switch. This right here, what we doing? This the intermission. This the interlude right here. Fire verse, right? With some references and shit. Obviously, that's this album. Yeah. And then shout out to Ghost again on the track because he produced this whole album. Awesome. So thankful. And then you got a beat switch. It's coming up in the song.
Ghost, let's get it, baby.
Amazing writing, amazing hook, amazing verses, nice sound, and it goes with the theme of the first track.
Yeah, I agree.
So this track is top 3 for sure. Top 3. Then you got track number 4, Walt White, with the skit on there. And like the way it is. Top 3. Then you got Olivia Rodrigo. Fire song, right? You got the references again. Shout out to Olivia Rodrigo. Hit me for the collab. Man. Fuck it. Yeah. So I like Olivia Rodrigo. I like that track. But my favorite, nah, not really. And you got Prove It. When you listen to that song, break it down. Little flows, little themes, the writing, the vibe, the way it feels. That's my top 3. No order specifically, but what's it called? Rich by 21, Walt White, and Prove It. That's my top 3. Yeah, we getting back into it.
Rich by 21's
21 part 2. Hoes popping now when I pull up.
Rich by 21 is one of the more ambitious songs on the project as well. So this is why this one's pretty cool.
I've got this 3-minute track to record. Dedicated, the intro track. I got that to record today. Then I gotta clean it up, do ad libs for 4 tracks, get it ready
Valid.
to send it to the engineer in 5 hours. And I think I can do that. And if not 5 hours, then by midnight tonight, I can definitely do that. But we gotta get to work. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick, then we're gonna lock it in. Back into it. Hoes popping out when I pull up in a foreign. Find that bitch good brain, but she boring. Talking about it goes blah blah, I ignore it. She want me to stay, but I'm gone by the morning. I might body bag your ass, toe tag your ass, anything for the paper, so my dreams come true fast. Yeah, so my dreams come true faster, yeah. If the paper right and I own my masters, it might be a deal. Better be more than just breakfast, need at least 2 meals. I get hoes just like I'm getting cash. Yeah, all my bitches thick, fat ass. I can't keep them too long, it don't last. Gotta kick them to the curb for they get attached. I do know what I want, bitch. I wanna die happy. Fuck all that bullshit that you say, block your energy. You say you my friend, but I'm sensing this enemy. You won't come around again like the 30th of February.
That line is fire.
Fuck.
That line is so fire.
I do some.
I'm slowly moving away from that kind of sound. I'm not gonna lie. I'll still go back to that sound eventually. Obviously, yeah, find my own sound. Yeah, I mean, you gotta go where the heart is, right? I mean, whatever your heart's telling you to do, whatever the vibe is at the time. Moods are different. Shit changes, but like you said, you can always go back to it.
Songs be so hard to record, and some songs are just like that.
This is true.
Olivia Rodrigo took me fucking 2 hours to record. 2 hours.
Songs are like
It's
that.
2 minutes. This song is like 4 minutes. Took me like maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour 40. Shit, I don't know, man. I'm confused. I really like this fucking song, man. Give a fuck about my city, but I'll put it on the map. They gon' show me fake love, but up till now they hit me back. I don't really care for praise, but they still telling me congrats. If she cute, then I want a friend too, yeah. Pussy sweet as fuck, slurp it like it's soup, yeah. Only if you wanna fuck, come through, yeah. Know your place, I could find another you, yeah. Yo. I thought that was gonna take longer. There you go. Episode 2, Ear Candy, Season 2, Episode 2, Rich by 21, Track 3 on the album. Yeah.
It's a crazy one.
Bitch, girl, brain, but she boring. Talking about her goals, blah blah, ignoring. She want me to stay, but I'm gone by the morning. Yeah. If she cute, then I want a friend too. Yeah. If she sweet as fuck, slurp it like a soup. Yeah. Only if you wanna fuck, come do. Yeah. Hoes popping out when I pull up in a foreign. Fine ass bitch, good brain, but she boring. Talking about her goals, blah blah, ignoring. She want me to stay, but I'm gone by the morning. Yeah. Pussy, and I'm on a friend too. Yeah. Pussy sweet as fuck, slurp it like it's soup. Yeah. Only if you wanna fuck, come through. Yeah. Know your place, I could find another you. Yeah.
Yo, shit. Okay. Fuck me. Rich by 21 goes hard. Margarita is still my favorite song on the album. That's such a like well put together project. In terms of like leveling up as an artist, I feel like that was good for the both of you really. But Laverius as a vocalist, like one of those ones that really pushed him in the right direction to continue to like find their sound and improve themselves, And Rich by 21 is definitely up there when it comes to like I said, like one of the more ambitious tracks on the album. You know what I mean? So well done. And you know, what's crazy about this is I kind of noticed this last week, but I didn't mention it. But it is October when this is being filmed. So it's like Laverius really had this whole idea fully fleshed out, at least to some degree, right? And was like fully ready to like plan this afterward and like have plenty of content to follow up the album, right? Because even if you didn't do like a bunch of videos, I think something like Ear Candy and recording the process of you recording the album is like a shit ton of content, and I think that's a really good move. So Laverius was really planning ahead for this project, and this is one where I feel like he's getting the most out of it. You know what I mean? Like he's getting a lot of longevity out of it, and this is definitely what you want to do for an album of this length, right? It's like 9 tracks or so. So that's really like how you fully extend an album rollout, right? Because I mean, it's only January 27th. So like a couple of months of like actually rolling it out has been really solid, really, really solid. And it's not like you have to go super crazy, like, insane content mode, just have some fun with it. And that's exactly what Laverius does with this, So Ear Candy is a really, really good way to like back up any release or anything like that. And then you could even go back to like the cover idea or even like redo Ear Candy in like a different way, So like the possibilities for a show like this is pretty endless, So well done, my friend, well done. With that said, huge shout out to Laverius. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They are 12 subs away from 550. Yeah, 550. Yeah. And of course, make sure you go follow Laveri's on Twitter as well. They're 9 followers away from 120. Make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers who upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. You guys know the drill. Let's get it. Ear candy is such a sick idea to grow. Yeah, and like for a vocalist, I feel like Laverius is very ahead of the game when it comes to that, because a lot of artists like shy away from content, and you know, it's just the name of the game now for a lot of artists. So if you can find a nice little comfy spot that you like doing shit in, man, it's so much easier. And it seems that Laverius definitely found that. So, well done. Well done. But our next Patreon of the night is the homie Jordan, a multi-genre talented artist. Jordan has submitted a track titled I Know, I Know. We got a Spotify link this time, so I'm down. Down. See what we got here. Jordan's been killing it as far as 2024 and 2025 goes, man. Like, their last 3 months has been really, really fucking crazy. So I'm definitely excited. So this is off of True Story. This dropped January 15th, so literally barely like 12 days ago. Like, very, very new. 6 songs, 18 minutes. This is actually the closing track on the project. Wow. Okay. Yeah, because we reacted to Imposter Syndrome for sure. I don't think we reacted to much else on this. Maybe we did. But regardless, let's get into it. Jordan, Deadlighters, I Know, I Know. Go.
I have something to prove here. Me on my own out of the mess you made.
Interesting. Huh. An interesting track. Wow.
No, hang on.
Wait, that tag at the end is fire though. That tag at the end is really really sick. Um, this was a very interesting track to say the least. You know, I feel like we've been talking about range with Jordan for quite some time over the last couple submissions, and this is another one where it's kind of adding to my case. Like it's really proving my point that like Jordan really has not only a crazy range, but their versatility is just really nuts. Like really, really nuts. And this is one where I feel like this is even like the deepest we've ever seen them in their bag as far as like pulling out all the stops. And this is one where it's almost like pushing like this like classic rock folk kind of very interesting kind of sound, very slow, very melodic, has a good vibe to it, right? This is definitely like a nice, like relaxed, like Sunday track for sure, 100%. But considering it's the last track on a project as well, I feel like it kind of makes sense. You know, it makes sense to put it last. But what a very interesting track. I was intrigued there. I was like, damn, what is Jordan gonna do on this? You know, but alas, wow, proved my point again. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're talking about three things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of I Know, I Know. So, instrumental. Fantastic choice. I mean, Prod Deadlighters, so it's a good mix of their two minds, but it's a very interesting choice, you know? And that's not to say that I don't think Jordan would be able to do something on it. It's just like, it takes a very special artist to like see a vision on an instrumental like this, you know? Um, but the fact that Jordan can go back and do almost any different style makes this even more remarkable and intriguing because it's like, holy shit, like, motherfucker really can like flex themselves in any which way musically. And I like the choice, especially for something like this. I mean, if you have a vision, you might as well execute it, right? So, um, but the mix is great. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing I would ultimately change. I mean, 9 times out of 10, Jordan's tracks are going to be mixed to a T. Most of the time, 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? So, not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out for anybody new. But Jordan and Deadlighters have a pretty good lock when it comes to their engineering and their instrumental mixes, especially when you're dealing with a lot of like live instrument bass instrumentals. Many of you know that mixing those can be a little bit hefty sometimes. So um, I always think they do a good job for sure. Sound selection's great. Nothing clashing to overbearing. I feel like the vocals sat really nice on this. Nothing I would change. All right. Let's talk instrumental Shining Star. It's a very intriguing instrumental, you know, like you don't see too many artists kind of make this sound and like have it actually be very like solid and like structured out and like well thought out. But this one definitely is. So with that said, I kind of do like the structure. I like the way it comes in. I like the way it outros. I'm kind of big on the structure. Drums are solid. Melody's definitely solid, but for me, I feel like the structure again kind of tells the story. Jordan's been doing really well, and Deadlighters as a duo have been doing really well. Kind of structuring out a lot of their latest instrumentals for sure. So instrumental Shining Star definitely the structure, 100%. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, fantastic. I mean, again, much like Jordan as an artist, their mix can flex just as hard on almost any instrumental, to be honest with you. So a lot of their mixes kind of like go with the track, obviously, but when you're doing such like a like a style jump, you know, sometimes it can take a minute to like get your vocals right. And I've noticed that Jordan, like, no matter what style they're doing, I feel like they're really on point with it. You know, sometimes they load it up with effects, sometimes they don't. You know, like they're very again flexible with what they do with their vocal mix. So I feel like this one was very solid. Again, nothing clashing too overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this. It's a very melodic track, you know, so I feel like they kind of hit the mark when it came to this one. Um, so a vocal mix very solid. Vocal Shining Star. Um, hmm, probably flow and cadence and delivery. To be honest with you, I felt like the way that Jordan delivered all this was like very fucking solid because it was a very like a very kind of slower track, right? So you have to make sure that when you deliver shit, it's got to be on point. I feel like Jordan kind of nailed it. So, writing's a close one too, but definitely flow and cadence and delivery for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely structure. Vocal solid, flow and cadence, delivery. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. So, true story. You know, again, Michael really kills it with this art. We spoke about this not too long ago when we were discussing imposter syndrome, right? But I feel like this one's very, very project worthy. But the color palette's great, and again, this is one where the more you look at it, the more detail you see. And I feel like the highlight of this is this curve here, where it's almost showing like all of the colors, and it's just so interesting. It kind of reminds me of like skateboard or something. But still, regardless, fantastic piece and definitely screams project to me. So very project worthy for sure. Overall theme. Again, kind of a more minimalistic style track. So I would say the overall theme is like pretty obvious. You know, it's almost like somewhat of a manifestation kind of vibe. You know, almost like, you know, declaring your winnings before you even get them. You know, you really got to be in like a winner's mindset to actually win. You know, and if you want shit in life, you have to act like you already have it. You know, and it's definitely giving that kind of attitude for me. You know, but it's very slow, melodic. Kind of has like a laid back kind of Sunday vibe. You know, perfect for an outro as well. So I feel like Jordan absolutely killed this, for sure, for sure. So. Well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission. Make sure you go follow Jordan and Deadlighters on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Jordan on Twitter. They are 8 followers away from 410. So make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show the channel and these artists some love, baby. Let's get it. Okay. So we left off with homie Jordan. Up next is our last, but certainly not least, patron of the night, the homie TDG. And they're coming in with the Is It Really Real music video. Is It Really Real music video, edited by me, song performed, mixed by me, starting to think to wake up, must die. So this is crazy because we've already reacted to Is It Really Real? So I'm definitely down to react to the music video because it's not often that we get to go back and like kind of dissect a video for a track that we've already reacted to. So I'm down. I'm absolutely down. This will be fun. All right, so 7:20, 22 hours ago. Proud and form edited by me. A piece of me presented to you. Links in the description. Love that. Okay. All right. I'm down. Okay. TDG, Is It Really Real official music video. Let's go.
Something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? Something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? I will hold you close, I will hold my own, I will hold us both when shit is getting real. I don't like my ways, I don't wanna stay. I'm in need for space, let me just escape. Do you think it's me? History repeats. I can't end the streak. Always ends with me. I don't like to see myself so weak.
That's a crazy shot.
I don't wanna show. I'm not alone. All these voices real. Life's so short, so make sure you see the world. Split and dice, may hurt, but the change in fate is word. I search, can't begin the words. Tongue tied, started to think. To wake up, must die. Me and the Lord got blood ties. Can't leave, I've done tried. This is it, we will stand. Bigger things, play a hand. It's my life, only the chance. Just to realize this the first glance. Yeah, why? That's a good question to die. That's some endless guessing. But I know this isn't heaven. But it lies. It's all part of the message. I don't wanna think about it. I don't wanna think about it. The edge of the world, I'm sitting by it. Time I can't buy it. Timeless, but I'm slowly dying. I'm trying to align my mind with my assignment. But the truth, I can't find it. Something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? Something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? I will hold you close.
Okay. All right. All right. I see the vision here. I see the vision here. I love videos like this. Um this kind of reminds me of the classic underground, you know, DIY videos, but also like it's just always a good time to film and edit, and it's just one of those ones that like will always further a song. You know what I mean? It really always will. And I think this is the first TDG music video we've ever reacted to here on the Music Mondays podcast. I definitely don't think we've ever reacted to a TDG music video. So this is a first. This is very interesting. All right. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the official music video. So, well, let's talk instrumental first. Instrumental mix solid, prod by TDG. So not really a shocker. All of TDG's instrumentals are always very crisp, clean, sharp for sure. But instrumental mix solid, like I said, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this. Sample usage is good. Sound selection is good. Nothing that's like super like out of place or anything like that. It's a very TDG style instrumental, 100%. So instrumental mix solid, instrumental shining star. I do like the sample. I do like the sample a lot. I feel like the sample was very well utilized here. Hmm. Drums are up there too, though. Yeah, let's go sample. Let's go sample. I feel like sample is gonna be like most recognizable, so the vocal sample definitely is up there for me for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is actually really great. This is actually, I believe this was mixed by TDG. Yeah, no, like this vocal mix is very much on point. TDG's come a long way since they've started mixing and returning to the Music Mondays podcast with like this new refined sound. And I feel like it's really worked out for them, to be completely honest with you. This is one of the more cleaner ones that like hits that TDG kind of style because they have a unique voice, right? So sometimes you need to mix shit a certain way. And I feel like TDG definitely hit the nail on the head for this one, for sure. So vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. Probably the flow and cadence and delivery. The hook was up there, but the flow and cadence and delivery, like you can really tell that TDG is really starting to come into their own style, and the more you work, the more sharper you're gonna get, no matter what, So for me, flow and cadence and delivery definitely topped it here. So instrumental solid, definitely the vocal sample. Vocal solid, the flow and cadence and delivery is the shining star. Let's talk about the music video, man. So again, this is the first music video we've reacted to from TDG, right? But also, the number one thing that I notice here is they're very comfortable on camera, right? That's one thing that I always look for with artists and submitting their first music video, or even if we've never seen any visuals from them. TDG is definitely comfortable on camera, and that's a very interesting thing for some artists, right? Because some artists, when they first start filming, they get stiff on camera. They're not comfortable. Like some of their shots they're standing up straight and they don't look loose, right? And it makes for like a very awkward video. And I didn't see any of that with TDG. TDG is very comfortable in front of the camera, so that's a huge plus, huge plus. Because as an artist, right, you got to be comfortable on camera, especially for shit like this, because you don't even have to be comfortable in front of like a billion people yet. But what you have to be comfortable with is this, and I feel like TDG was very, very much on point. There's a lot of positives with this. I liked a lot of this, especially for somebody who doesn't do videos a lot. Like, we've never seen any videos from TDG. So for a first music video, I thought this was very solid, to be honest with you. First music video on the Music Mondays podcast anyway. So I like the variety of footage. I like the fact that there's a lot of B-sides in here, right? There's not like a whole lot of like structured clips, which I think makes for like a good home video style music video. You know what I mean? And shit like this is like what the underground is all about. You know what I mean? And ultimately, it just pushes the song even further and makes it a little bit more intimate. You know what I mean? It makes it a little bit more personal. And I feel like TDG does a really good job with that. Um, I would say Shining Star is probably the locations. Shining Star is definitely the location, just because I like how they split it up between like the woods and like going on a nature walk, and then you have like the indoor clips. You know what I mean? So it's a good variety, and something like this would take like just a weekend. You know what I mean? Like you could spend like a Saturday and Sunday and get like 10 minutes worth of footage for a 3 minute song. You know what I mean? There's no way that you wouldn't be able to chop up a music video out of that. You know, like 10 minutes of footage, like 3 minute clip here, 5 minute clip here. You know what I mean? Like that's all you really need. And if you know how to like chop it up right, you can have something pretty tangible, you know, especially like working without a budget, or, you know, you don't have $500-600 to get somebody to go out and film with you. Shit like this is like just as good, you know, especially these days with like iPhone cameras and shit, bro. You could film entire music videos on an iPhone. For sure you could. So the fact that they're even out here doing this is great, but I'd say the Shining Star is definitely the locations. This is something I'd like to see a lot more of out of TDG and pretty much every artist, you know what I mean? Because shit like this is great for social media. It's fun for you, you know, you kind of like learn like how to become a visionary, right? Like how to get behind the lens and like put an aesthetic and a visual to your song, you know, like a lot of that's like very important to becoming an artist, you know? So, I think this is a great step for sure. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to TDG. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. And much, much love. Make sure you go subscribe to TDG's YouTube like Music Mondays just did, because now they're 4 subs away from 20. So make sure you go show them some love on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow TDG on Twitter. They are 5 followers away from 160. Make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists the channel some love. I'm just looking at the Explore page and the Viz Media Twitter account hacked. It promotes fake crypto token. That is shit. Oh, that's funny. All right, so that concludes it for all of our Music Mondays Patreons. Huge shout out to everybody that did submit tonight. Huge shout out to all of our patrons. Huge shout out to Laverius, Jordan, TDG, the homie Mark, Ryuki, Kruger, and everybody else over there on Patreon that's even following. You guys are awesome. So, you guys know the drill. Top to bottom, rest of the community submissions. Let's go. First up, we got the homie, Sam's Raps. A very, very, very talented hip-hop artist has come through with a little bit of a different vibe here. A little bit of a different vibe. Newest pop quiz, little quick one, but we do have a visual to go along with it. So I'm down. Let's pop open this tweet here. Let's give this a pause. Hold on here. All right. So we got 720. All right, yeah, let's go 720. Make sure we pop this full screen here. All right, so we got another pop quiz from homie Sam's Raps. I'm down. Let's get into it. I like the addition of a visual.
Yeah. Is it the smoke from the bar or the early morning fog that lets a shadowy figure slither down to the river? Undetected, any second they'll come to collect them. He took the debt but don't expect to pay back what they lent. He slapped Haviland, ambassador the wag bastards. He rattled the sack of hash and absconded in the black jacket. The morals of ass back was the quarrel won't last half quite as long as the last wars. He been in with them task forces. He turned a tortoise and shell him like leaves for. The detectives got leads for him, expect them to speak softly. He
Oh my God.
a plea for her to sing like a lead chorus. You sooner find he buried him deep in the green forest. So what's the price on your life? You want a check, get it cash. He'll take whatever, just be sure to secure him the bag. Secure the work, then he's searching his shirt for the flask. A terse laugh, then he surgically circles the map.
What the fuck? Holy shit. Wait, that was crazy. Wait, I feel like these are like insane. Like that is a great way to continue to do like the pop quiz kind of rollout is like a visual like that is like that's fun as fuck. To be honest with you, that is really cool. I like whoever edited that, man. That was wow. Holy shit. Okay. Some noir bars for the heads. Peace. Yeah, very, very noir LA kind of like trench coat old school kind of vibe there for sure. Wow. All right, let's break down. Let's get into it. Of course, prod by the homie Uggy. I'm down. All right, we're talk about three things here actually. So we're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the visual. Because the visual I feel like was a great addition for something like this. A real great addition, actually. All right, let's talk instrumental. So, Prod by the homie Uggy. I mean, fantastic. Like, this is a great duo here, so I'm not really shocked that the production is up to par. Mix is always great, nothing clashing, too overbearing at all. I really like the sound selection. Uggy is really like a perfect producer for Sam's raps. I just feel like they go really well together as a duo. So I definitely can't speak highly enough of a collab like this. But the mix is fantastic per usual. 99% of the time it's up to par. You know what I mean? So not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out for sure. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Maybe the drums, but I feel like the melody's real mean. I like the melody a lot. It definitely fit the vibe that Sam's raps kind of went for. So probably the melody, but the drums are a close second though. You know what I mean? But I definitely like the melody a lot. Yeah, let's go melody for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. So vocal mix is great. Sam's raps always has really crisp and clean vocals. They have a solid natural voice, and for the style that they go for and actually create, I feel like their mix is always very sharp, clear, crisp, clean. You don't really want to go too crazy with a mix like that. So I always feel like it's on point. Volume's great, levels are great. Nothing I would ultimately change on this at all. I've always been a big fan of their vocals, to be honest with you. So vocal mix up there. Vocal shining star. You know, I was like about halfway through the video and I was like, dude, the writing's crazy, but the fucking flow is so nuts. The flow is really what got me. So I'm gonna go with flow and cadence and delivery. Writing's very close. Like you could argue writing or flow and cadence, but for me, it's gonna be flow. I feel like the flow is just really nuts. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk about the visual. So the visual is really, really awesome for a couple of reasons, right? Because, you know, with these pop quiz pieces that Sam's Raps put out, you know, over the last few months, I feel like doing small visuals with them like this really, really fucking elevates it. And is a great promo piece for one, but for two, it kind of like makes you focus on the track more, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is a really good way to like further this idea of the pop quiz series. That's why I really like this one. I mean, it's simple, straight to the point. It's got a little bit of editing and flair to it. But I think what's really pushing this over the edge though is not only the lyrics on screen, but like the font and like the small things, you know, like a lot of the small things really push this. So shining star for the visual, man, probably the lyrics. The lyrics on screen really did it. But the footage is also really solid too, you know, so but for me, definitely the lyrics, 100%. So, well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Sam's Raps. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow Sam's Raps on Twitter. They're approaching 1.1K on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty, chat. That was a banger. I like that one a lot. That was a really, really great upgrade. Okay. So, we left off with the homie Sam's Raps. Up next is the homie Quill. Wow, Southpaw. So, this is the first time submitting artist. And they submitted a track titled I Die to Feel Your Hands. Okay, I'm down. This is my submission, guys. Let's go. All right. I'm with it. I'm with it. Okay, so Hedgelocked. It looks like they go by Hedgelocked. Okay. Let's see here. This is their latest release. Okay. Came out January 13th. Literally like a little over like a week old. All right, I'm down. We're going in blind. First time submitting artists, so we don't know what to expect. Hedgelocked, I Die to Feel Your Hands. Let's go. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Hmm. Holy shit. That was a crazy first time submission, I won't lie to you. Wow. Holy fuck. Again, with first time submitting artists, you never know what to expect, right? So we just kind of keep an open book, an open mind. And we like to be surprised by it, right? And this was definitely a surprise. Well done. Really well done. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. And we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So, let's see. Let's talk instrumental. The production was fucking nuts. Like, actually fucking crazy here. I was really impressed with the drums, and like the variety of drum sounds on this was like, it was almost jarring. I was like, wow, this is impressive. So whoever produced this did a really, really good job on this. The mix is great for the instrumental, nothing clashing, too overbearing, nothing I would like ultimately change on the instrumental. And sound selection really, really fucking shined here. I won't lie to you, Chief. Sound selection is just fantastic, like really good. So instrumental choice solid, instrumental solid. Instrumental shining star, definitely the drums. I like the melody a lot too, but the drums are just wow. Structure's really sick too, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty big on the drums here. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, very interesting. Very, very interesting vocal mix. I feel like this is something that they're like, working on, right? Because there was just such a variety here, and I feel like it definitely did complement the song, but also at the same time, I always felt like there was like some kind of, I don't know, like there was a very interesting feel to it. But it did leave room for the listener to kind of like understand the emotional side of it as well. Um, so the vocal mix is very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. I definitely like to dive into their library a bit more just to see like, you know, how often, you know, they're mixing their vocals like this or like that, or what other styles we can dive into and things like that. So the vocal mix is very interesting, but I do think it was a positive that we were able to like feel the emotion here. Um, so vocal mix up there for sure. Um, Vocal shining star. Um, hmm. I do like the writing, but the hook is definitely up there too. I think the hook was most memorable as well, but the writing across the board was really solid. So definitely the writing. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Visions, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Stream Family, my friend. You do reviews for people's stuff often every single Monday. Submissions will be live for next week's show tomorrow. So make sure you follow us on social media if that's something that interests you, my friend. Okay. So let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Fantastic. I mean, very simple, straight to the point kind of cover too, especially for something, you know, of this caliber, right? I mean, I Die to Feel Your Hands. I feel like this is this is like one of the like perfect covers for something like this. So yeah, no, I'm totally down for this. I'm absolutely down for this, and I feel like it's kind of hitting that really good like single mark as well. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, relatively obvious, right? I mean, I feel like we've all been there, kind of like longing for a partner or another person. This is definitely more on the side of like an emotional ballad, you know. And like I said, I feel like we've all been there at least once in life, and if you haven't, you probably will eventually. So definitely one of those things that's like super, super important, you know. But songs like these are very important for every artist to kind of get up and just like get off their chest and really just like get it out of their system, you know what I mean? So super, super important. But with that said, huge, huge shout out to Hedgelock. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. And make sure you go follow them on Spotify and follow them on Twitter. They are approaching 240 followers on the Bird app. So make sure you go show them some love over there on Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you show the artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty, chat. Let's do this. Alright. Let's get back into it. So that was a crazy first time submission, I won't lie. That was definitely a crazy first time submission. But a W nonetheless. Definitely a W. Alrighty, my friends. Let's continue on. So we left off with the homie Hedgelocked. Up next is the homie Sin, aka Survival in Negativity. A very, very talented hip-hop artist. Has submitted Rally for Reality. Wow, okay, so it's a Rally for Reality title song. The song is Where We Got Our Name. From our second compilation, The Vault Mixtape Part 2, a collection of old Lucy's over industry beats from 2006 to 2012. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening. Absolutely, my friend. We are so down. All right. Well, let's see here. Yeah, we definitely have not reacted to this. This is kind of crazy. I can't believe we haven't. To be honest with you, it's kind of nuts. It's definitely kind of nuts. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's get into it. Sin, Rally for Reality, Rally for Reality.
Yo, put a mic in my hand so I can splatter on the canvas. The master of thinking madness direction without an atlas. I'm passing with no direction, no even taking the test. I'm taking the path needed, proceeding to go to lift. Don't need you, I go myself. I need you, I need the help. Just teasing the fact it's easy for me to rap for my health. I used to rap for myself and friends, but no one else. Until they just kept on pushing to make me believe in self. A change of topic is the option that I chose. New exposure, open mind froze. Single ankle mind flow. Changing lives that eyes told. See the truth that mind show. Truth knows that mind told me every single thought known. Thoughts show me everything, even what the heart knows. Soul
Yeah.
glow brighter at night. Follow the light, I might make your search a little less difficult. You're getting close when heart is making drum beats, the musicals.
It's a death note to dismay and a rally for reality. Trapping entrapment and its fallacies of inadequacies inside a casualty. A tragedy wrapped in a happy scene, a death that we'd be glad to see. Pardon your majesty's lack of imaginative apathy, but he who lacks feelings inhabits the agony. As bad as it can be, it's not a future rock to stand for. So why mad at me? Cause I demand more. Bad enough we standing on Plymouth Rock. Simple as this, it's only big as your block. Living conditions be rock. When will it stop? Spitting lyrics of picture rock. Giving the block what it never needed to get a bigger spot. Level-headed achievements without the benefits of being legit. Seeing the strip and using it to flip the scene in the script. It's an easy attempt, but not many qualified to follow through. Cause desire can have you at the bottom of a bottle's view. Looking at success through hollow tubes, pursuing it. Consume, joining the hobby. Everybody's doing it. What's the new event of global catastrophe gonna do for ruin in the future's newest kids? Says the consumerist who only truly exists to prove the offense of the resistance. Resist against unruly events. You will clinch if you only truly knew the attempt to put your souls on a dollar like it's due for the rent.
What the fuck? Okay. Wow. That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. Throwback rally is hold up. No, I agree on Wooka. I agree. I was like, holy shit. And what's good? Welcome on in. Happy Monday, my friend. That was crazy. Like, even Sin almost sounded kind of younger, you know? So this is the first time that Sin sounded even just like a little bit younger, you know? That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. That's definitely a throwback though. All right, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So, we're talking about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of this track. So, let's talk instrumental. Instrumental's great. It's definitely a part of the project that has just a bunch of industry beats over it, but still, regardless, the mix is solid. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. I feel like they both sound really solid on this vocal-wise. Everything cuts through nicely. Sound selection's great, like I said. Nothing that I would ultimately change on this, especially quality-wise. I feel like they kind of hit the nail on the head when it came to this one, man. So, instrumental mix solid. Instrumental Shining Star. Drums are good, but I feel like the melody is very recognizable. I'd probably go melody for this one for sure, and it has a nice like rhythm to it. It's definitely very bouncy. So definitely the melody for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix for both of them is fantastic, especially for something as old as this, right? Because this could be anywhere from like 2012 to like 09, right? So even back then, the mix was very much on point, which is always impressive to me. Every time we go back to these Vault projects, I'm always impressed with like how high of a quality of sound Sin has had for so many years, you know? So it's really, really awesome to see. So a vocal mix on this, solid. Very solid. No complaints at all. Vocal Shining Star. All right, so let's see here. All right, let's get out to it. There's a couple things here that you could talk about with the vocals, right? Definitely a couple things, but I feel like writing probably stood out the most to me, but I mean, flow and cadence and delivery was up there too. Hmm. Because flow and cadence was definitely crazy. But let's go writing. Let's go writing, because there's a lot of solid punchlines here, so definitely writing for both, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. This is a project that I've reacted to a couple times, so we've already discussed this cover. But just to reiterate my point, I love the concept of this. The Vault series is really sick. I would love to see like a part 3, because like actually I think there is a part 3. It's probably on their Bandcamp or something, but regardless, I'd like to see more of these just because I love the concept of this, and like the way it's done is very, very solid, and like having the track list on the front of the project with it being more of like a compilation project is a super solid idea. You don't see people do this too often, but I love the art direction on this. But like it's definitely project worthy for sure. 100%. All right. overall theme, I mean, quite literally in the name, yeah. A rally for reality, and it's really the origin track of this duo. You know what I mean? I think Sin kind of explained it really well here. This is a song where we got our name. You know, like this is definitely like some real rare lore shit here. You know, but definitely not one that I would like dig too deep for a theme on though. Definitely one that you got to appreciate the writing and the punchlines for, 100% for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to Sin and Rally for Reality. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, and of course, make sure you go follow Sin on Twitter. They are 8 followers away from 430, so make sure you go show them some love on the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show the artists in the channel some love. Get it. And huge shout out to everybody that already has as well. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. You guys are awesome. So, let's get into it, my friends. Let's get into it. All right. Let's see here. So, you guys know the drill. We're about halfway through the show. So, I'm going to need everybody to get up, go get a drink, go get a snack, go take a smoke break, go do whatever you need to do. Because we're going to run a quick commercial break. And when we return, we're going to dive right back into the rest of our community submissions. So don't go anywhere. And Music Mondays episode 210. We'll be right back, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Music Mondays podcast, episode 210. Hope you're well, hope you're chilling, hope you had a good break. But let's get back into our submissions. So, we left off with the homie Sin, aka Survival in Negativity. Up next, we have the homie on I'm Totally Down. Another very, very talented hip hop artist on Wuka has submitted a track titled Sunday Skate. Now, let's see what Onwuka has to say. A cool switch up for me, flow wise, all about the vibe of resetting yourself Sunday from the stress of the world. Xavier came up with the idea and I tried to follow through, and it might be the freshest part. Hey, I'm down. This sounds great. Okay. A little Sunday vibe here. I'm down. A little Sunday trickaroonie. All right, let's get into it. Onwuka, Sunday Skate with the homie Xavier. Let's go.
Onwuka and Xavier, a Sunday Skate. You know, sometimes the world's got you messing, all stressing. Well, you should just get to resetting. And what I like to call that is a Sunday Skate. I think it's time for a Sunday Skate. The ones say I'm fine. Telling all of my money to wait. The cunning guy, I wanna slide. Trying to see this honey's face. Or maybe you know by my ride. Watch the game in your buddy's place. I think it's time for a Sunday Skate. The ones say I'm fine. Telling all of my money to wait. Cunning guy, I wanna slide. Trying to see this honey's face. Or maybe you know by my ride. Watch the game in your buddy's place. This is the one day that you must erase. No, it's all smooth chill, just like the Sunday Skate. That's a mood for real, there's no running late. Move the groove, I the live while you bump and taste. Glide up the hill to where this honey waits. And you wanna know why?
Damn.
Reason you are here today. It made a way. I think it's time for a Sunday Skate. The ones say I'm fine. Telling all of my money to wait. Cunning guy, I wanna slide.
Man. A great fade out too. Fantastic fade out. Wow. That was awesome. Okay. All right. Hmm. Shit. So it's definitely is a very relaxing track. I feel like you guys absolutely fucking nailed it. No punchlines, really cool laid back vibe. Yeah. No, and the outro is definitely sick. I agree. I agree. I really like the outro a lot. Um, hmm. Wow. That was a very like that just put me in like a very chill kind of mood, you know? Like I feel like that was definitely on point for a Sunday kind of vibe. I am very impressed with that. That is, you know, it's funny because like I have such a bittersweet relationship with Sundays, right? Because when I was a kid, well not a kid, but I was younger in like my teen years because I'm 28 now. So when I was like younger, I used to hate Sundays because like everything would close early and fucking nothing was open and you know just teenager shit. And you know nowadays I definitely really enjoy Sundays. You know what I mean? Because it's very much this kind of vibe of like resetting. You're getting to decompress from the week, and you're getting to like just get ready for the new week. You know, it's good to have somewhat of a schedule like that, right? And it wasn't something I appreciated until later in life. But regardless, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Sunday Skate. Very obvious theme, but we're still gonna break it down. Um, Instrumental's great. It has that good Sunday vibe, and I feel like the vocal sample really kind of pushes it over the edge for like a good relax vibe. You know what I mean? So, um, it definitely has that good Sunday feel to it. But the mix is great. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that would like ultimately change on this instrumental. Like I said, sound selection's good. Um, Vocals sit nice. Nothing that would ultimately change on this, you know. So, um, instrumental makes very solid. Everyone when they was younger hated Sundays because nowhere was open. Now it's a chill day. Right, exactly. Like you totally get it. You totally get it. Exactly what I was talking about. Instrumental Shining Star probably is the vocal sample. To be honest with you, I feel like the vocal sample kind of puts it over the edge when it comes down to like a good Sunday vibe. You know what I mean? So definitely the vocal sample. Um, Vocal mix. Mm, honestly, really solid. You know, Anuka has a really solid natural voice, and especially for their like raw hip hop style, you don't want to go too crazy with mixing. So it's not really a shocker that the vocal mix is solid, but definitely something you always want to point out for anybody new here. So vocal mix very much on point. Um, hmm. Vocal Shining Star. You know, looking back on it, I like the writing a lot, but I'm probably gonna have to go with the hook. You know what I mean? I really feel like the hook here is like really defining a Sunday in like just four sentences. You know, like quite literally four lines, and like it's such a good Sunday feel. So for me, definitely the hook, but you could argue writing as well. So instrumental solid, definitely the vocal sample. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. The stock theme, aesthetics. So sleazy. You guys know, for those of you that are frequent Music Mondays enjoyers, I've reacted to the sleazy cover a couple times, right? But I always want to point out that one, definitely project worthy, right? But for two, I love like the like watercolor style of this. I always say that, but I really do. And it's one of those ones that kind of like elevates this cover because you could have used like any regular kind of picture for this, but I'm probably more keen to something like this because it's so original, you know? So I definitely like the aesthetics a lot. And very much project worthy for sure. Overall theme, I would say Onwuka kind of broke it down for us pretty well here, you know? All about the vibe of resetting yourself on a Sunday from the stress of the world. And, you know, like I said at the start, I mean, now I appreciate Sundays, right? Especially with me being full time, managing and doing all the shit that I do during the week, right? I mean, the only days of the week that I don't have meetings are quite literally Saturdays and Sundays. You know what I mean? So Sundays definitely mean a lot to me now. So that's why I feel like this song could like really resonate with almost anybody. You know what I mean? So well done, my friend. Try to follow the sample. Yeah, right. Depth of flow for me was recorded more of a mid. Yeah. Xavier went hard. Yeah. Yep, glad the hook resonated. Yeah, the hook was like very much on point. It really gave that good like Sunday feel, you know. So, well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Onwuka. Make sure you go follow Onwuka on SoundCloud, and of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are 8 followers away from 730, so make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show the artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you, my friends. Alrighty. That was a crazy submission. I'm not gonna lie. All right. So, up next would be the homie Laveries, but Laveries is the Music Mondays Patreon, so we've already reacted to their submission earlier in the show. So make sure you go catch Laveries' submission earlier. Watch episode 210 and go show Laveries some love. Up next, we have the homie Spacer K, who's a very talented hip-hop artist, but they're a frequent flyer on SoundCloud Sunday, but it's not too often that we see them submit to the Music Mondays podcast. So this is going to be pretty fun. But the homie Spacer K submitted Meh 2 on SoundCloud. The homie Calso. So let's go see here. 8 months ago, so not like super new, but not super old either. I got the engineer cred. Wow, lots of love in the comments. Okay, I'm down. All right, we got the homie Calso, Meh 2. Let's go. Beat is crazy.
Yeah, these niggas can never remain. I went the game. Shit never change. You not on my level. You not on my schedule. I'm switching it up. I don't give a fuck. I ain't never believe in luck. Yeah, like who could I trust? The one up above. Cover my body in all white like a dove. Try to throw me under a rug, but we can't discuss the shit that you on. But what am I on? The shit that you ain't. RP Beach, I got high rank. Pain hitting like it was a tank. I just made the art, I don't really paint. I ain't Picasso, nigga, I like me. Touch the sky like me. I ain't gotta be like nobody else, I just gotta be me. Yeah, he playing Fortnite, but I really got the V. Yeah,
Bye.
she won't come spend the night, she brought that P. I ain't got no more eat. Smoking on that za. That shit got me Z. Yeah, this like it get deep. I ain't gon' be no stuck up ass rapper. Come on stage with me. This shit don't get close to 43. I'm tryna keep my brothers next to me. My circle's so tight, yeah, it's squeeze. Never know where you gon' go. Pray I find some peace. It's a hole up in my soul. Red moon next to me. Devil that's next to me, but he can get next to me. You niggas ain't next to me. Yeah, I'm next. It's me. E. Devil that's next to me, but he can get next to me. Shit is a game playing chess to me. I'm smoking that shit, the rest of the chest on me. I'm feeling this pain, right in my chest on me. No way.
Let's go, man. Huge shout out to Calso. That was great. You know, they have such a good lazy flow, like they perfected it. Like a lot of the songs that we put on SoundCloud Sunday are very much in this fashion. And I think they do well with it. You know what I mean? They do really well with it. So um let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of the track. So let's talk instrumental. Instrumental mix solid, especially for like such a loud, like in your face instrumental. I do feel like it hit a nice sweet spot. You know what I mean? So nothing super clashy, nothing too overbearing. Um, I think it's decent where it's at. You know, vocals sit nice. Nothing kind of clashy. You know, like it's got a good middle ground for where it's at for sure. Um, so instrumental makes solid. Instrumental shining star. I kind of want to say the drums. I mean, the melody's up there, but the drums are just fucking nuts. Like especially the 808 is like really crazy. So yeah, let's go drums. Let's go drums for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Very interesting. You know, it's not too like drowned in effects, but it's not too raw either. I feel like they hit a nice middle ground with this, especially for the instrumental. You know what I mean? And their voice definitely sounds good with this amount of effects on it. So nothing like super crazy that I would change on this. Again, like I said, vocals sit nice, drums cut through nicely. So nothing ultimately that I would change, to be honest with you. So vocal mix definitely up there. Uh, vocal shining star. Probably the writing. There were some bars in here that I thought were really fun, and just really like clever writing. So definitely writing, 100%. Flow and cans and deliveries up there too, because they have a really solid like intentional like lazy flow. You know, so it sounds good. Um, so instrumental solid, definitely the drums, vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Again, the IRL pictures are always a good draw. You guys know I say that a lot here on the show, but you don't really want to go too crazy on cover art, or you don't want to like kind of wait on cover art, or you just want to go simple. Something like this is always gonna hit, especially like the childhood pictures. I don't know any artist that hasn't dipped into this aesthetic before. I think I have like one album with like a childhood photo on it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely pretty common. So aesthetics definitely on point, 100%. Um, Overall theme, meh too. It definitely has that freestyle cipher kind of flow. So obviously, Castle didn't really like dive too deep into like a super insane theme, but it's definitely one you got to appreciate the writing and lyrics for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to Calso. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They are 9 followers away from 150. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are 1 follower away from 40 or 11 away from 50. So go show them some love on the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over the channel. So make sure you go show the artists and the channel some love, baby. If you already have, thank you. See you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. Let's get it. Okay, so up next would be the homie Jordan, but we've already reacted to Jordan because they're a Music Mondays Patreon, so definitely go check out Jordan's submission at the beginning of the show and go show Jordan some love. Up next is the homie Marco Pernice Music, and a very talented, versatile and experimental producer has submitted a track titled The Electric Hope. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see here. 2020. So this is actually 5 years old this year. So this is definitely not a super new track, but I'm down. Let's see what we got from the homie Marco Pernice. The Electric Hope. Let's get it.
Electric
Holy shit. Where do I know that sampled from? Like a video game or something. Little solo at the end. Interesting. See, that's what I mean. You know, Marco Pernice is a very experimental kind of artist. You know what I mean? Because it's definitely like pushing that like EDM, electronic, almost like a house kind of vibe, but it's definitely mixing a couple other genres and sounds in it too. So it does sound very original. It's always been very interesting. But let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about two things because not too many vocals here, just mainly like a hook that kind of repeats throughout the song. And we're gonna talk about two things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of the Electric Pope. So instrumental. Instrumental mix is actually really solid considering like how many sounds and like the structure of this track. I feel like the instrumental mix is great. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Sound selection is very interesting, but it's still solid. I wouldn't change too much on the sound selection at all. Nothing super super clashy, too overbearing. I didn't think anything was like taking over the song either. So yeah, I'm big on this one. I definitely enjoyed the mix. I feel like they definitely nailed the mix when it comes to a fast paced kind of track like this, you know. So let's see here. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. I do really like the sound selection. I think the drums are up there too. But ultimately, I think we're gonna have to go with structure. I think the structure definitely like stretched this song out enough as to where 4 minutes was pretty swallowable, right? Especially with like being a main instrumental, you definitely want the structure to not be too repetitive like we spoke about here on the show. You know what I mean? I feel like Marco definitely hit that like nice middle ground as to where there was enough variety in this track where it would keep a listener locked in, So definitely the structure. Overall theme of the Electric Pope. So, aesthetics. You guys know how I feel about the IRL pictures. You know what I mean? Throw a little filter, maybe deep fried if you want. Especially if you didn't want to go like too crazy with artwork or anything like that. These IRL photos are always a hit for sure. So, aesthetics definitely on point. Always a safe bet. Overall theme, the Electric Pope. I mean, it's definitely got that club feel to it for sure. It does have that like EDM electric kind of high octane club feel to it, and Marco's known for like kind of implementing other sounds into it, right? Like the guitar solo at the end, and there's like that like saxophone kind of sound, and there's a few things in here where I thought it was pretty unique. You know what I mean? So they definitely hit the mark on the Electric Pope for sure. I mean, it's mainly in the hook as well, So, but well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Marco Pernice. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow Marco on Twitter. They are approaching 1.5K on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. All right, let's see here. So we left off with the homie Marco Pernice. Up next is the homie Braden, a very talented multi-genre artist, is rolling out their recent project Money Face. And this week they sent in a track titled TTM. I'm down. Pop it open, a new tab. Let's see what we got. So we've done the intro. We've done Locked In. We've done I Heart Thoughts, which we did last week. Now this week is TTM. All right, I'm down. Let's get into it. Braden, TTM.
Yeah, bitch, yeah.
Even Jerk exclusive.
Come in. Yo, come in. Come in. Hey, yeah, bitch. Don't know what these hoes tryna talk to me. All you other bitches just talk to me. Tryna get the bag, ain't nobody stopping me. Bitch, we don't see eye to eye, don't talk to me. Saw a new gun like a kid in a candy store. Bitch, I'm tryna make some buzz, something that you can't ignore. Around and make some money, bitch, I'm about to bag more. Bag after bag after bag, we were mad poor. Red, white, and blue in my cup, bitch, I sip for freedom. Yo, fans are taking away like I'm Liam Neeson. If we ever slap box, we do it in a Coliseum. It's a million fucking head like a key turn. So we spark it up when the fucking key turns. So much fire in the vault, it gives a grief burn. When it comes to everyone or me, I put me first. Make some cheddar while I beef like a cheeseburger. Tryna talk about that bitch, I don't need her. I think she hella bad shit, I might freak her. You know I kill a fucking beat by Caesar. Me and my brothers blowing up just like some creepers. And I smoke a bitch chilling in the bleachers. She was talking about her man, put him on a t-shirt. Fever, I be getting sicker, life sweeter. Eager, I'ma hit a home run, Derek Jeter. Reefer, smoke a couple woods, gotta see dirt. Beamer, I'ma pull up in a 2-seater.
What an interesting track. That is by far one of the most interesting on the project that we've heard yet, to be honest with you. What an interesting instrumental, but I'm kind of not surprised that Braden would choose something like this, you know what I mean? So it's definitely right up Braden's alley when it comes to this kind of like fast space, like in your face kind of style, So wow. Well done, my friend. Okay. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So We're going to talk about three things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of TTM. So, instrumental. Very interesting choice, but it's definitely a Brayden type beat, you know? Fast pace, has like a few elements of like a couple genres. It's loud, it's in your face, you know? So, I do like the choice a lot. Instrumental mix though is solid. It's not too muddy. It's definitely muddy, but it's like hitting that intentional mud. You know what I mean? So, nothing that I would ultimately change on the instrumental. Sound selection's good. Vocal sound solid on it. Nothing too crazy here that I would like ultimately change. You know. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. I do like the structure, but I kind of want to say the drums. To be honest with you. Yeah, let's go drums. Drums are definitely crazy on this. Drums are definitely fucking crazy. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, very solid. Brayden has a very consistent vocal mix, no matter what style they're doing. Much like a few artists that we talked about here tonight, Brayden is definitely in that group of people that just has one hell of a consistent vocal mix, no matter what they're doing or what genre they're kind of tapping into, you know. So vocal mix solid for where it's at. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Vocals sit nice on the instrumental, like I said. Nothing super crazy on this. Vocal shining star. You know, you could make an argument for writing, right? But let's go flow and cadence and delivery. I feel like the flow and cadence and delivery really like up the ante on this and really make it just kind of feel different, you know? It's very fast paced, very like get up and go. This is a great like gym song, or like you going on a run, or you want to get hyped up for shit, or you're gaming or something like that. This is definitely one of those for sure. So definitely flow and cadence and delivery. But let's see here. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. I spoke a little bit about the Moneyface cover in previous tracks, but again, I'm big on Brayden's aesthetic here when it comes to their blue filter that they've been using recently. And then, you know, again with the IRL covers, is definitely pushing a bar. You know what I mean? And IRL covers are always like the safe bet if you don't really want to go too crazy with art or anything like that. I feel like shit like this is super solid, and Brayden's been very consistent with the blue kind of style here, especially with like all their recent tracks, right? Like their last few are like very like they have this like great blue kind of vibe to them. You know what I mean? So I feel like Brayden's very on point when it comes to a lot of their aesthetics for sure. So aesthetics on point, overall theme, talk to me. Now, this is definitely not one that I would dig super deep for a theme on. This is definitely a very like hype, in your face, like you can play this to like turn up kind of song. You know what I mean? So it's definitely one where you got to look out for the punchlines and just really enjoy what Brayden has to offer here, 100%. So, well done, my friends. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Brayden. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow Brayden on Twitter. They are literally 9 followers away from 10. This is literally their brand on Twitter, so make sure you go show them some love, man, on the Bird app. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and show some love, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty, my friends. We left off with the homie Brayden. Up next is the homie Ghost. Coming back through with another Dropbox link. A very talented producer has submitted another track. So let's pop this open, man. Let's pop this open. I'm down. So let's make sure we got no fucking emails popping up or no shit like that. And then we're going to bring it back over. Alright, so Ghost has been killing it with their recent submissions. So I have no doubt that this one is going to kind of fill the void that we've been looking for, right? So let's get into it. Ghost, beat 99, 132 a BPM, making like 4 albums this year. Let's fucking go, Ghost. We love that.
Be so fucking crazy that it must be go.
That's fire. Wow. synth is crazy. Stutter. Great outro. I mean, come on now. Come on now. And this one's definitely on the more shorter side, like just cracking under 2 minutes, but I feel like that was great. You know, like there's enough variety in here and the structure was like extremely palatable and just an overall fun listen, to be honest with you. So everything that Ghost has sent in so far has just been fucking nuts. All right, so let's break this down. Obviously no vocals, so we're gonna talk about two things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this instrumental. So let's talk mix. No gripes with the mix, to be honest with you. It's definitely got a lot of sounds and a lot of things going on in it, right? But I didn't notice anything that I would really have a gripe with, to be honest with you. Everything was like crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Sound selection was solid. Thinking back on it, nothing that I would like particularly not enjoy. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like everything was right where it needed to be, right? Hitting that like nice middle ground, crisp, clean, clear. Definitely has a solid mix. Nothing that I would have a gripe about, to be honest with you. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. There's a couple things I really like here. You know, structure's up there. Drums are up there, right? But I think the thing that's going to take the cake for me is probably the melodies. I feel like the melodies are fucking crazy, especially the synth is just so noticeable, and it gives it this like almost evil, like cyber vibe, if you will, you know? So I feel like the melodies here are like really, really solid. Drums and structure are a close second, but I really like the melodies for this one, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the melodies. The stock theme, obviously unreleased instrumental, so not much to go on here, but I'm sure Ghost is going to have something crazy for us when it comes to their recent drops very, very soon. But yeah, well done, my friend. Well done. This was great. Let's fucking get it. With that said, huge shout out to Ghost. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow Ghost on Twitter. They are 6 followers away from 510, so make sure you go show them some love in the bird out, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. All right, let's see here. We left off with the homie Ghost. Up next is the homie Offspring Mysterious. Now, Offspring being a multi-talented artist, everything from an editor to a producer to a writer to a designer to a videographer. They've been killing it, and they've been killing it in 2025 as well. So let's see what we got here. Offspring submitted Spiritual Interlude. Let's see. All right, I'm down for the cause. 5 days ago, so super new. Let's see. All right, Offspring Mysterious Spiritual Interlude. Well, let's get into it. Oh shit. Start off cooking hot already. What the fuck? The editing was nuts. What the fuck? What is it? A bag. Oh, it's a mask. Yeah, it's a mask. Swag. Hmm. Interesting. Holy shit. What the fuck? Like, bro, what the fuck? Wow. Oh shit, now we're back at this spot? What the fuck? Almost dreamlike. That's a crazy cover. What the fuck? That was sick. That was a good outro, to be honest with you. That was a good outro. Okay. Okay, I see the vision here. I see the vision here. Well done. That was an interesting episode, I won't lie. That was very, very interesting. I like the intro. The editing is definitely really improved again. They got a new mask and it tweaked out. Okay. A really good song description, to be honest with you. Or video description, I should say. And then obviously links in there, songs that were used and whatnot. Wow. Okay. Okay. So this one was cool. I enjoyed this one. This one was a good watch. I like the editing. You could definitely argue the Shining Star for that. I like the concept of the mask. I feel like that was a good idea. Offspring is really like doing some good writing here, to be honest with you. Shining Star for me though is probably the outro. I feel like the outro and how they edited this cover is really fucking crazy. It's almost like the art stories that Offspring used to do, but also it gives like a good behind the scenes look at like how a lot of these covers like come to be. You know what I mean? This was definitely crazy, yeah. And just like the Posey hit was fucking nuts. Like I was like, holy shit. Yeah, definitely the outro. Shining Star is definitely the outro, but I mean, you can definitely argue for the editing or anything like that. But well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Offspring Mysterious. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They're 3 subs away from 230. Make sure you go show them some love. And of course, make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter. They are 9 followers away from 830, so make sure you go show them some love. The Bird App, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers, and we upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And of course, if you already have, thank you, friends. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Alrighty, chat, that's gonna do it for Music Mondays episode 210. This does conclude the end of season 6. So when we go to episode 211, we'll be in season 7, my friends. So let's give some shout outs. Let's show some love. Let's send everybody off. Let's give some love to everybody who submitted and all that good jazz. First off, huge shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are fucking wonderful human beings, even if you just lurked and chilled and just came through and stopped by, man. You guys are fucking literal legends. Y'all almost got hit with an ad right there, and I snoozed it. But yeah, man, per usual, huge shout out to all of you wonderful human beings, man. You guys are awesome. Huge shout out to Sam's Raps. Huge shout out to the homie Gunnet. Welcome to Streaming Family, my friend. Huge shout out to Ghost for coming through and kicking it. Huge shout out to the homie Visions. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Streaming Family, my friend. Huge shout out to Onwuka and anybody else that came through and lurked and chilled, man. Much love. We greatly appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Per usual, this is the end of season 6, so I'm going to be going through all of these season 6 submissions and coming up with a top 10 submission that I think really deserves some spotlight, so look out for that. And of course, 211 will be the start of season 7 of the Music Mondays podcast. So that'll be fucking sick. I'm very, very excited. So, all right, let's give some love to everybody who submitted tonight. So, huge shout out to, let's see. All right, huge shout out to literally all of our Patreons. Huge shout out to Laveries, Jordan, TDG, Mark, Ryuki, and Kruker. You guys are awesome. Anybody else who's even following the Patreon, you guys are great too. Huge shout out to Sam's Raps. Huge shout out to the homie Hedgelocked, Laveries, Onwuka, Sin, Calso, Jordan, Marco Pernice, the homie Braden, Ghost, Offspring Mysterious, TDG, Collapse Boy, MTM Little Derek, Mosto Kimon, the homie LOB, Little Teflon, the homie Filter. Huge shout out to Hughes, and huge shout out to A Groovy Mind, and huge shout out to Smiz, and huge shout out to Vix, and huge shout out to DJ Wilmo. And make sure you follow Music Mondays podcast on Twitter before you submit, because there was quite a few submissions tonight that did not follow the show, so we were not able to get to you guys. But per usual, you guys know the drill. Submissions will be live for episode 211 tomorrow. So again, if you're watching this live, make sure you look out for some submissions tomorrow. If you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are already open, so make sure you go drop your links and make sure you go show the tweets some love per usual. And of course, Music Mondays episode 210 will be live on all audio platforms this Thursday, YouTube this Saturday, and it'll be live tonight on Patreon for anybody who's interested in the high quality version. You want to go clip it, download it, anything like that, feel free to go do that as well. But per usual, make sure you follow Music Mondays on all social media at All Music Mondays. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, TikTok. We're quite literally everywhere. So make sure you follow us on your preferred social media to stay up to date. And of course, make sure you stream all the Music Mondays podcast episodes at anchor.fm/allmusicmondays. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that good jazz. So make sure you go show that some love as well. And per usual, we are quite literally live 5 to 6 days a week. So I'll be live tomorrow per usual. And then we'll be live next week for episode 211 of the Music Mondays podcast. So per usual, follow, subscribe below, everything linked below, all the socials, all the good jazz linked down below. You can follow me at ZomSlays on all social media. And once again, huge shout out to the Music Mondays community, man. We're starting off 2025 fucking strong. I will say that. We had quite a few submissions tonight, and just the underground is in a really, really good place for us. So well done, man. But per usual, I love you guys. Stay safe. It's been your boy ZomSlays, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you next week for episode 211 of the Music Mondays podcast. Love you. Take care, and we'll see you next time.